Okay. Director's ready to go.
It's
You have
time.
3, 2, 1.
I love this. Welcome, most of the team. Most of the Acruas mentally and physically are here. Last we left off, letters were received, letters were written, party reunited. Festivities took place, contests, reunions, a joyous occasion within the land of halfling town known as Fibblestib. Right off Fibblestib, based upon the land where rolling hills and across these prairie plains form this land of festivities, of which you guys got to enjoy one of their grand festivities, enjoying the celebration of one of their hometown heroes of eons past. A halfling man that went and destroyed a purple dragon in keeping the land of Fibblestib safe and drove it back to the Shattered Plains itself. Yes.
Purple dragon or purple worm?
Oh, that was a worm. The worm. Purple worm.
Okay. Just making sure because us purple dragonborn gotta stick together and I don't want to celebrate the killing of my kind. So.
Good point. Wormling? No. So, with these festivities, joyous occasions happened. There was lots of pony riding, wannabe horse riding contests taking place, of which a steed may have been won, bought, stolen, who knows what.
Definitely, I paid for it, fair and square.
Fair and square usually does not come out of Aurora's lips, so take that for what it is worth.
Why every penny?
Contests lit as Cloudbreaker and Eminem went to town, winning the kiss of one fair lady halfling. Alas, a contestant won, the mighty Minotaur, as Cloudbreaker humbly bowed out, as he was supposedly cheating with, I wouldn't call it cheating. Let's just say he had divine help.
I was using my resources. Thank you.
That's right. I was using my resources. Wonderful festivities were taking place. An amazing performance brought forth by Lander and Aurora, actually, and different things of where they've told the epilogue of how they went and battled a kraken or some sort of kraken-like creature, of which enticed or caught the attention of many of the folk there, and incredible persuasion rolls were rolled, and they're enamored. Meanwhile, on his perch, Whisper, as always, keeping an attentive look out of the land across, noticed a strange occurrence. A beautiful woman with sinuous, long, dare I might say, nightmarish hand, twirling a large green leaf. He related this to the party. The party got together and they followed this recognized person or humanoid person that they've had previous relations with back at the near beginning of their adventures. The Lady of the Lake, of which they now know the name to be Mayteem, and her trusty Tibby. They watched him, came across and went to the creek that was prepared by unusual, disgusting means, and to present a landscape of things that were happening in the region. A lore dump was made. I don't know how else to say it. You learned a little bit about Mayteem, her past, what she really means, what her brothers mean, what their captured state means, and how that empowered the Legionnaires into the battle against the gods. She demanded her freedom in scary way in a way, showed the landscape of things that had taken place, said in her own words, saying, "You have done great things, but you've only merely halted the tide. It is still coming." And where she rose, the landscape before you, the shattered plains aglow with warm orange light beaming from the depths beneath. And a hulking titanous figure patrolling the region of a Tarak. She strongly urged that you should help free her, as she let her emotions get the best of her, as some of her figure, true identity, if you might say, become a light, as this 40-foot disgusting hulking figure looks down upon you, beckons you. You know where to find me. Otherwise, I might just be left to the ones who have power over me to rule this world. And disappears. Meanwhile, you guys re-collaborated and said, "Holy cow, what the heck?" and started putting pieces and puzzles together of the various happenings of how is Plaid Oak involved in this whole thing. We thought this was just a side quest that turned into our main quest, but lo and behold, seems like Plaid Oak is involved in all this. You're starting to get pieces and pots and pieces and pots and pieces together.
Pots, pieces, and pans.
Bits and bobs.
Puzzle pieces are slowly coming together as this comes together. You guys eventually, wow, this is kind of longer last we left off.
I'm enamored.
No one's here, so you guys got together and finally communicated some ideas, potential communication possibilities, ways to get to one location to another, what we should do about Morehaven, or should we worry about Morehaven? Should we worry more about May Team? I mean, back and forth and back, but that's okay, because in the end, as it was well quoted by Lander, halflings know how to get their ditty on, and therefore, you went and got your ditty on the rest of the evening. And that is where we left. Crickets. Brian. Brittany? Anybody? Okay. Should we continue on?
We shall.
Is this an eye? I mean,
they're just lost in the crowd. I mean, they're off getting their ditty on.
We'll start with this. Yep, getting their ditty. Fibblestib is still... I didn't create the Fibblestib world. I will actually go, and I will ask each of you, with the ditty that you are getting on before the nights grows nigh, what do you guys want to do for the rest of the evening? Is there some specific plans, things that you would like to do?
Festival and games are still fully underway. People are dancing under the main tent.
Cloudbreaker's going to be a little preoccupied. Even though we set forth a plan to go over to Morehaven and then immediately go towards the woods to get my team. He's going to be a little preoccupied. He's gonna do his nervous tics. He's just going to start rubbing his hands a little bit, kind of thinking back and forth, putting a nice bit of dirt in the dirt trail in the road, going back and forth, just kind of thinking about, oh gosh, what are we gonna do next, and kind of saying some stuff out loud and talking with the Armaz, obviously, and be like,
that's what I was gonna say. In the middle of your pacing, you feel a light hand on your shoulder. Look around, and yes, in your own eyes, you can perceive your guardian friend look upon you.
Armaz, I'm so nervous. Is this correct? Should we go? I mean, my team said that. I mean, obviously, Lando said something very, very, very true. What if we need to go to my team first in order to help Morehaven instead of going full rush into Morehaven and then going back to my team, I just I don't know if we've made the right decision. I'm just so unsure of myself. I don't know what I mean.
Infliction.
I'm conflicted.
And me too. And he actually goes on. He's like, and he paces a little bit with you, and in the end, he looks at you and is like, "Cloudbreaker, the one thing I know, we trust in the one God. It's gotten us this far."
You are very right, Armaz. As long as we follow our heart and follow us, and we do not split up, we stay as a group. As long as we do that, we will be fine. We'll be fine, I'm sure. We'll be fine, I'm sure. I mean,
Don't say the split up word around me. That'd be terrible.
I know. Can you imagine how bad it would be? Oh.
I mean, everyone sees a whisper, especially you. Again, Cloudbreaker. Obviously, he's nervous. He's talking to himself again.
Do you know Cloudbreaker talks to himself often?
I thought he had that imaginary friend. He talked to that friend all the time.
Imaginary friend. I don't remember that.
I just assumed that's what it was.
I think you guys have seen Armaz come to life a few times, right?
Once or twice, I think it was.
Very rarely.
Yeah, it's a very rare occasion, but yeah, you've seen his become incorporeal in some or corporeal in a way. Occasionally,
Well,
very
still
rare.
don't know if I believe he's real.
I don't know. Hence imaginary friend.
He's probably nuts.
But it keeps him sane, so what's the harm?
Well, I don't know if talking to nothing is the definition of sane.
He doesn't attack us and he doesn't eat my food or steal my gold. This is all mutually beneficial. Or at least neutral.
I mentioned Aurora saying this while he's braiding White Lightning's mane.
I'm doing that. That sounds good. The tail. Brushing the tail, braiding the tail, and putting flowers in it. Alright, well, I need to go get some healing potions for me and my pony. I'll check you later, bro.
Anything else that you guys want to do?
Yeah, are there not any shops open?
Our final night in Fibblestip.
Yeah.
It's pretty late.
Graham doesn't want to do anything in Fibblestip.
I will
Well,
go to
I
my
want
pony.
each of you to roll me a d8 at the very least.
Pull off the dice trays.
7.
A 7!
A 7!
Okay. You got a 7 too?
I got a 7.
Oh, okay, you two re-roll. Thank you.
Roll these.
Go for us?
Yes, you cannot have the same. No. Actually, you keep your 7. Cloudbreaker, re-roll.
4.
4. Whisper. I hope it's 2.
I rolled a 4. Would you like to come roll?
It doesn't go, just roll bug.
Yeah, it's okay.
I got a 7 as well.
What? That's not possible.
My gosh, you all three.
6.
6? Okay.
Braylon got a 1.
Braylon got a 1. Okay. As you guys are getting your ditty on, Braylon, well, we'll get back to that. Aurora, as you've been getting your DD, you look over at the large pile of now firewood. You steal a few and you start your own little fire. And meanwhile, a group of people come together. And with this, fire becomes a little campfire, becomes into a giant bonfire. And meanwhile, you are telling somehow, some way, I don't know if it's because of the alcohol, who knows, you start sharing a whole bunch of your stories, and there's a group right there. Lander's just egging you on, like, you're the storyteller around this bonfire that's taking place. Braylon, you enjoy a nice little dance with a halfling young man that was there.
You have to bend over.
Every half hour, this halfling young man keeps asking you for a dance and follows you around everywhere, and the whole entire time you're trying to get away from trying to hide. from this little halfling young man. Cloudbreaker, you rolled a 4. A 4. You sat around you were watching someone do a card game, and to preoccupy yourself, you're just learning, and they actually teach you the ropes of it. You're really good at it.
That's so dry.
I'm good at cards.
You're really good at it. In fact, I don't see it in your nature to bet, and they're very glad that you didn't, because you would have won a lot of money.
I know when to hold them, and I know when to fold them. And
Whisper.
most importantly, I know when to walk away.
You don't know why. As the evening goes along and you're keeping your close eye, a bunch of kids start coming up to you and asking you about the story about the Kraken. And one kid turns into 3, 3 into 5, 5 into 12. And the entire evening you have a gaggle of kids that are literally follow you wherever you go.
Gosh, do I
Just
have any
thinking
cool...
you're the bee's knees, the coolest thing in existence. As you guys are getting your ditty on, having a joyous evening, putting everything together, finally the evening comes to an end. Exhausted, tired. Luckily no one rolled a 2 and had to throw up all night. But good evening, good things. Before your heads hit the pillow, anything you guys would like to do?
I can't wait for that pillow.
Okay. And you're feeding your horse?
Yeah. I bought it some alpha, I guess.
There's plenty of stuff. Back to all the bobbing for apples, you gathered up all of the rest of
I
apples.
was gonna say there were several bobbing for apple stations, so you probably just relieved them of a few.
Yeah, I do that. I let white lightning loose on the streets.
Okay. I'm a fan. All right. Anything else before?
On him. It says he owned. It says property of Aurora.
Wait, how'd you do this?
Please do tell.
Put a little name tag on him? Like just a little sign, like a piece of paper around his neck.
Interesting. Interesting. What would this? I want you to a piece of paper around. Roll me. Is there like this craft skill? What do we have here?
No.
You have dexterity.
Maybe a dexterity. Or I don't think there's craft.
Performance?
This is not.
Don't be.
Oh, thank you for bringing this up.
You.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're gonna either roll me an acrobatics, a history to use your knowledge on some stuff that you might be able to do, or even a performance to see how well you
Performance.
up. I'm gonna let you choose of those 3: history, acrobatics, or performance.
Alright.
Or
17.
you actually paper? Why paper? You found leather, and I mean, yeah, and you made
Degraded a little bit.
you made the bonfire with a little bit of heat of the metal. You're able to, engrave something into this leather that was burnt in it. It looks good. Good for you. It is now officially a necklaced pony.
I'm picturing those dogs that were the signs that said, "I'm bad, I did XYZ." That's what this horse is wearing.
Nice. I like it.
But it says,
I can't
White
wait
lightning,
to
property of Aurora, Studley on there.
it fetch. All right, I love it. All right, you guys eventually go. Everyone gets some rest into the tavern.
Happy tap.
Happy Tap. Everyone was able to get some rest at the Happy Tap.
That tap was happy.
Yes. It was discussed. Did you want to? I don't think there's pigeons available right now, or a place where open pigeons are available or anything like that. So, okay. I remember you discussing that you would like to talk to your potential Aurora's a potential connection with a white-collared thief.
Did we discuss that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, we were wondering if anyone had any contacts in places. And you were gonna contact someone in Platin Oak. It was in Platin Oak.
Oh, okay.
Lander would fill you in, basically saying something about, is there a transportation circle or something like that, that teleportation circle that you could utilize through this?
That's right.
Yeah. So, anyways,
Yeah,
that's
you
just in the back of your mind.
And,
All right.
and then through the forest.
We'll wait until the morning to get that done.
All right. Everyone get some rest. Aurora,
Really needed that long rest.
roll me a d10, please.
50-10. Alright.
Uh-oh, Orcus is coming back.
7.
Okay.
She's a 7.
Everyone received a nice, wonderful long rest, and awaketh to the morning to a beautiful, bright dawn. Some people, the cocks are crowing,
Nice.
and the dawn of Fibblestib lies before you. Some moaning and groaning from a couple of patrons that may have had too much whatever else they had too much of. But needless to say, the town of Fibblestib is back alight, being a trade hub, kind of the center location between a lot of different cities. Being a central trading hub, I guess you could say. So, it's back to the docket. The day is now begun. Good morning. Alinder's not here, so I can't. I had something for him, but that's all right.
Cool.
Time over to you guys. Whatever you guys would like to do, you guys and this DM that put the Fibblestib together.
Breakfast. I
yes,
immediately
breakfast.
go after breakfast at the bar counter.
Okay. Yeah. They have a full service morning after breakfast, or if you think like a full English breakfast.
Ooh, a full English breakfast, please.
Yes.
Ooh, wow.
Can't say no to that.
Is this like a
It is hot.
tea on crumpets? What do you mean?
No, full English breakfast is you've got at least 2 different servings of eggs prepared differently. Bacon, sausage, usually of different kinds. They'll have English muffins with marmalade, or a savory one. And then they'll usually have, oh geez, my phone's dead. What else? I just saw a YouTuber trying it was like a platter this big that was like a full English breakfast. So,
Where's
yeah.
the what is it? Blood pudding? Is that
Gross.
That's usually for like lunch or, yeah.
I'm not having that. That's gross.
Yeah.
Avery, our friend Avery, she says she eats specifically an English brand. It's like Heinz beans on toast, but it's like beans and tomato sauce on toast.
Yep.
So it's an English thing.
It is. Beans on toast is a huge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy people.
Yep. But yeah, you have the servers come out. They also have a range of, hair of the dog if you need something to kind of, cure you of your wilds from last night, but also a range of mulled ciders, hot teas.
Ooh, I'll take a cider, please.
Okay.
Water. Definitely water.
Okay. You're brought out a really clear crystal tankard with ice water that has the frozen berries in it. Yeah. Cloudbreaker, you get a mulled cider that has a little bit, a roll of cinnamon and a wedge of orange in it. So
Wow, they really go all out here, don't they?
they do. It is a thorough establishment. So
I'm gonna chomp all those eggs and bacon and sausage down. Nom, 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 nom. Sorry. Nom, nom.
Yeah, a dwarf next to your table goes, "Aye, sir, right, laddie, better out than in."
This dwarf knows what he's talking about. So, what is our plan for the day, fellow via Acrua? Are we to go to Morehaven first or the forest? I figured we would, sleep on it first.
We need to send a pigeon first, Cloudbreaker.
Ah, yes. You're very true.
So we'll do that. I want to get some healing potions before we head out.
Well,
And then what were options? Forest or what?
The shattered plains.
It was you guys were talking about Morehaven,
Oh, yeah,
going to Platin Oak and going back to the Lady the Lake.
You had like 4 different directions y'all were thinking about.
Does anyone have an inkling, an urge?
I do remember we were thinking of possibly going to Morehaven first and then the woods. However, with a full night's rest, I didn't know if that's what we still wanted to do.
I don't think I have a preference.
Well then, shall we move on to Morehaven, say a quick warning, and then head straight away to the forest so we can get a team and see if we can't free her and find out a little bit more information on this apocalypse that we're seeming to have an issue with. Concerning healing potions, Aurora, I have 7. Bralem and Whisper brewed up some good ones while we were in Eleanoris. And, well, if you needed 1 or 2, I could definitely hand them over. Because, well, if I go down, it won't be very good for me to go down with just these potions and then, well, not be able to use them. However, I think we should, split them up. What do you think?
Can I just have 2?
Yes, I take my backpack out, rummage through, clink, 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 clink.
It's a good point. It would be a good point. Actually, Whisper, you still had a lot. I'm assuming that in that 8 months, there was another window of opportunity. I think that
Yeah, another moon cycle
happens. I don't remember. It's like 2 or 3 times a year. So you probably had one happen. If you'd like to roll a d6 to actually roll a d4 and a d6.
They're just normal healing potions, right?
Yeah, just normal potion of healing. It's got the
Perfect.
white letters.
Right there.
No problem, Aurora. Hopefully you will never have to use it.
I likely will have to use it over you.
Well, good point. Good point. I'm always right in the front, in the middle of everything. It's very true. Very, very true.
Well, rather unfortunately, I rolled a 1 on each.
Oh, well, that could either be good or bad. You never know.
Your situation and setting was not quite the same as it was in More Delph, as you were in Platin Oak, trying to remain undercover. Needless to say, it wasn't as successful this go around. You get 1, you can put in your inventory 1 normal healing potion and 1 greater.
Ooh.
I also have a number of potions that we could probably delve around. And who does not have any?
Bralem, do you have any potions of healing on you?
I think I do.
As she rummages through her backpack.
I have 1 superior and 2 potion of greater healing.
Nice.
This brings up an excellent question. How many more bags of holding are there anymore now that you guys literally destroyed 2?
Currently,
You have one? Okay.
I definitely don't have one, that's for sure.
So, I know that you guys have... How are you guys keeping your money, I guess?
Bag of holding.
Yeah. I mean,
We
yeah.
lost a
It's
lot of
probably...
it when we destroyed the bag of holding.
No, I thought we transferred it. Or we
Even if-
took a lot of it.
Technically, if you destroy your bag of holding, it poofs into existence. So, showered
It just
literally with
throws it up.
platinum.
So
I
we
thought we
need...
had unloaded that bag of holding, didn't we?
But I didn't.
I
I
thought
thought
you
that we
guys had.
decided we didn't have room for everything that was in it.
But I think we tried. I think we took out quite a bit.
I think you guys, you could get rid of like half of your money and you'd still be wealthy.
I have no idea what you did because this was all behind the DM's back in colluding amongst yourselves.
Oh, yes.
So,
So we capped out our 2 bag of holdings, and then that whatever was left that fell out, we were just gonna grab another one of those bag of holdings and just
do
Yeah,
what
I
you
thought it
could.
emptied itself upon.
It does. Once
Okay, yeah.
It's really feasible that you guys would have just bought another bag of holding because you're still wealthier than Sin.
That
I
was our
say we
initial
can-
plan.
Yeah.
I personally will buy it. So, Brant, how much does a bag of holding cost? I will pay for it.
How much does a bag of holding cost?
Well, a bag of holding cost.
$50,000.
Yeah, at least 50.
99.
Let's see.
I'm ready to give up all my money.
Like, look what I got, y'all. It was on clearance. I like how it has a face.
I cannot give you that answer off the top of my head right fast.
That is okay.
That's fine. We'll circle back around to
We'll
this.
circle
That's
back.
just fine.
I want to buy one as well.
All right.
So 2 bags of holding. We will make sure to text you or make sure that gets house
We'll
kept.
figure it out. I'm not worried. I just want to make sure that you guys got your you're not being the overburdened situation.
Oh yes, of course. So shall we man the carriage and head on to Morehaven, make haste, and make sure we get
Who
along
would-
this journey?
Who wants to try?
Can I have someone be Lander today and someone be Eminem today?
I could be Eminem.
Mm-hmm. So yes, we did.
Okay.
Other than me being Lander.
Okay. Oh, you mean playing him in game?
Yeah.
Are we just not on?
Yeah, we've been trying to establish contact, but just like aliens, they haven't said anything back.
So our original plan was to send the pigeon to Aurora's contact in Platin Oak to ensure that we had a teleportation circle. Otherwise, our trip to Morehaven and back again will be significantly longer.
Need them back again.
Yep.
I had to.
No, that was really good. I appreciated it.
Thank you, Krista.
Very nice. No, don't worry, it didn't fall on deaf ears.
You guys are aware of. Let me see if I can hold this up.
I'll get an
Oops, sorry,
intelligence
turn up
word.
Here we go. Try this again, Brett.
Don't know if that is how pigeons work.
Sir, you do not know how pigeons work.
No.
I'd like to go find a pigeon.
A pigeon.
A special pigeon.
The most special of pigeons.
Just like a carrier pigeon.
Yeah, but a really smart one. A well-trained one.
Okay. You probably need to leave the Happy Tap for that. You're in the, town square, so you're kind of surrounded by storefronts, and then in the green area there's booths and everything. And off, kind of in the market area, you can see a wicker cage of cooing pigeons.
Typically, how it's done, unless if you've trained pigeons itself, usually it's a pigeon that goes to a specific city, and then that message is received from that
Courier.
a courier that delivers that message for you.
I want to take a gold piece and, in front of the wicker basket cage, move it around and see which bird eyes it.
But as you're doing that, you see a older halfling that has crazy wiry, like Albert Einstein silver hair and eyeglasses that make his eyes too big for his face. He goes, "Hey, can I help you there?"
No, I'm just testing for the smartest pigeon here.
My pigeons. If you're looking for the smartest, that'd be Rosie.
Which one's that?
She's got a keen eye. And he points to his shoulder, and you see a very sleek pigeon sitting on his shoulder.
I do the coin thing in front of this bird.
You see she looks, and she follows it, her head doing like a perfect.
Oh, yeah, this one is real smart. I like your style, bud. Can I pay you to borrow your pigeon to send it on a message trip?
Where you needing it to go?
Oh, just Platin Oak. I have a friend there awaiting a correspondence.
Oh, she's been there a time or two. She should remember, don't you, girl? You're a smart one. Yes, you're my best girl. Absolutely.
Perfect.
He brings out a little leather, kind of like a, what would you say? It's almost like a mini, those leather tube cases that they use to put documents in, but it's like, you know.
It's needle.
It's
It's only
inside.
got, like 3 lines on it.
Yep.
Right, really small.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he goes, do you need parchment, or do you have the letter already?
No, I think I need the parchment too. I did not come prepared for this.
That's all right. That's all right. He comes out and he gives you a halfling size quill. So it's like half the normal size. A little slip of parchment.
All right. I accept it and I pay the man. How much is your fee, Mr. Man?
It's
Mr. Man.
2 to 10 gold. Your call.
Well, he said, do you want it standard or express?
Standard's fine.
Or there'll be 2 gold. She'll take her time, but she'll get there soon. She's very fast. Don't you, my girl? Yes.
I give him 2 gold and 1 for the bird, so that's 3 gold.
Oh, thank you kindly.
I
Thank
say
you
the
kindly.
extra gold is for the bird. Buy her something nice.
Oh, I'll get her the little bonnet she's been wanting from that vet on the street.
Yeah, I like that.
Bonnet.
Maybe it as well.
2 to 3 business days. That's,
You see him with his big, huge goggles almost go kind of cross-eyed as he rolls up your thing and slips it in there. Seals it with a little bit of wax and ties it to her leg. He walks off and goes, fly, my pretty. Rosie takes to the air. Message en route.
Perfect. What did you say in this message? This is important.
3 lines.
This is important. The message, so your white collar connection is what we're going to call this. Her name is Olive Moontree.
O.M. Need portal to
Remember, a
Ew.
courier is going to be bringing this.
Yes.
So you got to actually name the person.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because the courier is going to receive it and need to know who to give it to. Or else it'll
Okay.
get lost in the post office.
Olive what?
Olive Moontree.
Olive Moontree. I put that on the outside. So that when you roll it up, you can see it on the outside. On the inside, I write, need portal from Mordelf to you.
I would assume that you're doing this all in Thieves' Camp.
Yes, indeed, that.
Thieves can't. Okay. Okay. That's good. Okay. That's what I needed to know. Perfect.
Do you got me?
Smiley face emoji.
Winky face. Aurora would be the winky face emoji.
Will pay.
Okay. Okay. All right.
And then I
Noted.
sign it. What's my middle name? It's gonna definitely be ASS. My middle name, I already know what it is.
What is
Could it be Studley?
What?
Aurora Studley?
No?
Sadly.
Cooler than that.
Was it Shirley or something like that?
It's not Sir Squiggles. I named my new character in another campaign Sir Squiggles.
Squiggles.
And every time anyone asks, I'm gonna go, it's Mr. Squiggles to you. Anyway, no. I have a mysterious middle name that also starts with an S, and that's how I sign it. So I think I covered we're gonna be in Mordell. I need it to go to the U. Yeah, that's all we need, right?
Yeah, hopefully.
And then I lick it and stick it, so hopefully it'll kind of stay closed and no one will look inside.
Off the pigeon takes flight.
Bye, Rosie.
We said like 3
Which is a very fast pigeon.
I would say mark off 2 gold, but I know you guys already. What's the point?
Hey, you never know.
I want to spin in the square as I watch her go away, like, bye.
Amazing.
I'm an animal lover, right?
Yes.
Whisper
you are.
with not much else to do would have followed along just for habit of their past couple months together, and
Yeah, I like that.
I love it.
And thankfully you have a dexterous moves because poor White Lightning was left all to himself and littered the streets with lovely droppings of apple leftovers. But
Do I see him wandering around?
I mean, you said let him free, right?
I did not think about this. I want to try to locate him as soon as I assume I see the poop. And I try to locate him and then hide him.
Oh, the poo. He hasn't gone far.
Okay.
He's just lazily wandering about.
Nice.
I want to go hide him.
More excitement than he's had in years, so he's not going very far.
All right, who's Lander?
Me.
Lander.
Minotaur.
You, and I haven't told Brian, but you actually have been given a stone that talks to basically home base for you. This is the Lander, let's just say, I mean, Eminem knows, Balaam, you know. Lander's in a different title, I guess you might say, as he is now the inheritor of the dukedom
Call it dukedom.
for when his father Earl or Earth left. So yes, you see, Lander, you see the stone actually emitting a soft glowing blue light, which indicates that it has a message. First thing in the morning.
Uh-oh. That's never good.
So how do I work it? I tap it or something?
Yeah,
I was gonna say, does he check his voicemails on weekends?
and it's basically a voicemail, yeah, in essence. Basically,
Tap it and hold it close to my ear.
you hear a familiar voice of Thomas.
Thomas,
Oh yes, Thomas. It's your butler.
Yeah.
the butler.
There we go.
Yes, you hear the familiar words Thomas saying, Sir Lander, morning update, as you might say. We wanted to inform you that another boat was captured, a slaver boat, and rightfully put together. We will take care of these slavers as you have requested. We have also been keeping a close eye on Ligallo, as you've recommended, and it does appear that Ligallo is still in training of this army. In fact, they are encouraging new recruits. Your mother as well, as of course, is currently counting the yield state of this year's crop. It's turned out to be a great return after the Onaris River had some big struggles this year with water flow until just recently. But, well, recently, like 8 months ago. And King Thanor, he's traveled with his wife, and they went back to her homeland to Quellis in Senath. But that is anything. As always, please reply if you have anything else that you would like me to look into. As best, yours, servant Thomas.
Aleph Thomas is a stud.
And that is his. It seems that you get the impression, but Lander gets daily updates of what's going on in his dukedom, I guess, in that region of the Sword Coast, of various things. And this is the daily news, morning news.
Is there something I would say that? Other than, thank you, Thomas, for the check-in. It's most helpful to know what's going on back at Sword Coast.
You can hold on to that, or you don't. You can send it, or you don't have to. Just know that once you send it, it's done for the day.
Oh, wait. I'll let Lander. I'm sure Lander has something up his sleeve to actually send back.
Okay. Once a dawn for this thing. All right. Anyways, that is the mornings. Anything else in Fibblestim that you guys would like to accomplish?
I got nothing.
I think I'm good.
I think it's time to get seated on that cushy carriage and cadoodle our way down the catwalk.
I suppose before we do leave, since Whisper has now exhausted this kind of bag of potion ingredients, he'll try and find somewhere to restock on those, and at the same time potentially find some ingredients for potions of ilk, something to add some sting to his gloves.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah, you can definitely
An alchemist we have in our group.
do. Budding alchemist. You see there's either some vendors selling it looks like bundles of herbs, but there is an actual herbologist shop. It's called the Lamb's Ear. And you can see it has a sprouting of a silvery leafed plant. And so it has lavender growing along in the window box.
Okay. Yeah. Well, might as well go straight to the town next. So we'll head to the Lamb's Ear.
Okay. So you go up to this white brick building. It has bright blue shutters, of course, the lavender. Enter in through the door. There's a little bell jingle. And coming in, while not unpleasant, it is a very strong herbal scent. You can see that there's a lot of fresh herbs. You get kind of the greenhouse humidity. Also that feeling, not overbearing though. You see fresh plants in little seedling pots. You see bushels of herbs in baskets. And you can also smell the alchemic kind of accelerators and components that you need to strengthen the enzymes and things in the plants that make up the potions. You also see crystals here and there throughout the shop. Very well organized. Very busy though. There's a lot of stuff in here. And behind the counter, you can just kind of faintly hear some humming and some tinkering of glass.
Okay. I'll approach the counter and just not say anything, but take a look, see what's going on in the back.
Okay. You see a halfling woman. Curly hair. It seems kind of the natural style. With a kind of alchemist goggle set kind of off to the side. And she's in the process, her tongue stuck out the side of her mouth, pouring very specific drops into a vial as you see the liquid slowly swirl and change colors. And then taking a breath, goes, oh, got it right this time. She puts it down and then waits for a second. No smoke. Good. And she starts putting in some notes in a little book that she has next to her. You can see she kind of seems like in the zone of whatever she was doing.
An original brew back there.
She jumps. Is that what you say to her? Okay. She goes, huh, I'm so sorry. And she closes the book and everything. I get distracted when I'm. How can I help you? You can see she has big blue eyes and a smattering of freckles.
Sorry, did not mean to disturb or frighten. I am in the market for. I need ingredients for healing potions and perhaps some other more nefarious items or ingredients.
Oh, so a little bit of a mixture of helpful and hurtful. I like it. It's good to be, well versed and inventory. Let me see. Now, do you need just the basic components for just your general healing, or do you need them to do anything unique? Or you can tell she's kind of trying to put things together, and she starts twiddling her fingers and looking around at her different vials and things like that.
Just a general healing for now.
Perfect. I believe we were just able to get some more grave moss, which is lovely. It's very hard for a little bit. And she gets back and starts putting things together. Do you want just a kit, or are you looking for just specific components you're low on?
I believe I've exhausted all my stores at this point.
Oh, yes. Yeah. And she just starts gathering up. You see all these, deftly getting these components together. And soon she has a nice little stack of some leather pouches that she's put components in for you, a couple of glass vials that has the dried flowers and things like that you need to steep and add to it. She goes, all right, here's the helpful ones. Now for the others, what is your method of delivery of such concoctions?
Just for flair, I'll flick my wrist and have the needles kind of exposed, and then
Wolverine.
And without flinching, she goes, it's a creative technique. I haven't thought of that. So we would need to be able, and she just kind of grabs your wrist and she starts looking. She's like, now, are they coated, or is there a bladder of some kind? So, and after looking at it, she goes, yes. So you'll need to refill here. Oh, did you make this?
no, a very skilled acquaintance.
Oh, it's quite creative. I do like that. All right. Now, do you want it to be paralytic? Do you want it to incapacitate, just take care of them? Or is it something that you want them to just be incapacitated so you can, have further dealings?
I suppose I was not aware. I have been told paralytics are frowned upon, but perhaps some paralytics and perhaps some to do damage.
Perfect. Well,
Paralytics.
I remember that conversation.
Yep. Well, it's just nice to have a wide variety. You never know when you're adventuring what situations you can get yourself in, so let me just put you some together. And she starts putting together different components, and she puts each. She's like, now, it's not good to cross-mix your chemicals, and so I'm going to put this one in a bag, and she writes a little tag on it saying that this is just for, poisoning and things like that. She's very organized and gets it all put together, and she sets it all up, and she goes, oh, right, now and she puts it all out, and she goes, for the 3 components and everything, all together for the components, everything, it would be 4 gold for the bunch.
Much thanks, and I'll slide her 10 gold.
Oh, you're
Whisper's
really
always so
fantastic.
generous.
Now you seem so sweet. She does, as she still puts them in her bag and everything.
You've been most helpful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh.
course. If you ever need anything, feel free to come back. Though for incapacitation, you'll want to wait until I can get my next harvest of valerium because I've run a bit short now. You should be good to go.
Oh, thank you.
Of course. And have fun with your brewing. You're going to have plenty to keep you busy.
Yes, I think.
Yep. And you see the vial actually start smoking behind her back as she's talking to you. She goes, drat.
I will leave you to it.
Go now. And you see her grab a really thick mitt as she goes to grab the vial.
Very creative, that.
Oh, we'll be coming here again, I think. I'll leave her to her stuff and head off to find my friends.
That might be the scariest person in Fiddlestip.
She might be.
If only Brian were here, he'd understand the crossover.
I love it. All right. Anything else anybody would like to do?
Whispers, good to see you join us again. Are you ready to go?
I suppose I thought Aurora might take a little bit long to find her horse.
Oh, yes, I understand. Is she going to ride her horse, or is she going to ride in the carriage, you think?
How fast does the carriage go?
How fast does a carriage go?
The speed of a horsey.
So I can ride my horse.
Oh, no.
I don't. Do we count that as a horse?
Hey, be nice to my children.
It can run faster than a regular horse can walk. So
He might be a stout little thing, but he is speedy.
let me just tell you that miniature horses have a bunch of energy. They just run. They're horrible.
They've got they're like the ADHD kids of the horse family.
Yeah. It can keep up with a horse.
Okay. Carriage in hand. What is the plan, my fellow lot?
I saddle up White Lightning.
Shall we onward to Morehaven, and then quickly to the woods?
Yes.
Yes, I believe we shall see what is happening in Morehaven.
All right.
If you can kind of...
It'll be a
let's see.
short visit, and then we'll move along as quickly as possible back.
Pibblestib, you've got a road that takes you down across to Morehaven. You guys are very familiar, and then it does tee back off towards the Platten Oak Highway, pretty much. So here we go. Okay, so the lot you gather together. First off, Lander, Periton. What is the plan with the Periton?
Your Periton. Lendered bird.
You can have it fly with us.
Why don't you play Lander? Why am I playing Lander? You clearly know more about him than I do.
You can be Lander's voice. How about that?
What do you want me to say?
Lander would, I think, take precautions and have the Periton kind of fly ahead and scout and keep him informed of potential hazards on the road and potentially anything that's following us.
Okay, I like that. So it's kind of your scouting party in a way. Okay, perfect. I'll keep that in mind. Occasionally, I'll have a general perception check from him. But Brittany Raven.
Brittany's also going to have the Raven's going to be flying around kind of as a second set of eyes.
Okay, I love it. I don't have to ask about White Lightning because that's very obvious. Now, very braided, happy, full, and collared pony, horse, something, and. Okay, you guys start making your way towards that. Armaz by your side. I want everyone here to roll me. I want to see how well your journey goes in your speediness of it. Everyone rolls me an athletics check, please.
Ha 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 ha!
13.
Okay.
Ooh. No. That's not what you want to see. All right, so Cloudbreaker got a 26.
Well done.
Minotaur got a natural 1 for a total of 10.
Okay.
And then Braylem got an 11.
Whisper, Lander.
Let's see, Lander. Acrobatics, you said?
Acrobatics. Or, no, athletics, sorry.
Athletics, yeah.
Sorry.
Oh boy.
Lander, a 10. And Whisper, a 6.
It's like the lowest roll I've ever heard of Whisper.
Yeah, no kidding. Usually he's in the 20s all the time.
All right, perfect. That gives me, what did I have? Okay, perfect. So you guys begin making this journey. This journey, you take the road leading south out of Fibblestib. You guys seem to be making adequate pace. You're not going any slower than expected or any quicker than expected. Keeping at a pretty good, solid pace. Start making your way down south. The rolling hills. There's a nice little light breeze. The sun, it's a glorious, beautiful day. You see hawks circling up into the distance. Vegetable farms on your left hand and right. Occasionally you see a halfling out and about, working the fields. You see a couple sheep off in the distance where the sheep are as tall as these halflings as they're trying to do the best they can to keep them herded in the right direction. And, yeah, it's a beautiful day.
That's awesome.
I want, first off, can I get a roll of a d4, please, from somebody?
Me.
Do it.
Okay.
I just wanted to roll more.
Okay.
Yes, rolling is fun.
1.
I like it.
Okay.
Bandit.
As you start moving along, you guys finally get to Whisper. Aurora, you're very familiar with this. This is actually the direction that you came from. Let me see if I can kind of show you guys. So if you look, Cloudbreaker, Braylem, you guys came from this area through Shorten Fords, up through the northern porch and getting into Fibblestib. However, Whisper, Aurora, you guys came from the Platin Oak Road, past the Loot Monastery, up from the southern part. You guys come to a very familiar crossroads. I have to see your guys' faces again. You guys come to a very familiar crossroads. Off to your right, you see an arrow pointing towards direction of Platin Oak. And then to the left arrow, pointing towards the direction of Morehaven. So off to the east is Morehaven, off to the west, Platin Oak. What would you guys like to do?
I thought we were going to Morehaven.
Indeed.
So we go.
Yep, you're going to go east. Yep, you're going to take a left. Meanwhile, as you're doing that, Lander... The Periton comes up to you. I think you can communicate with the Periton. Is this correct?
Yeah.
Telepathically, yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
You get this image telepathically in your mind of a coming around the bend, one of the hills that is coming around. You see this image of a they're armored figures on horses, and it seems to be war horses of various sort. Not very many, maybe half a dozen or so, going and making your guys' way towards the to the crossroads.
Yeah.
We're gonna cross their path.
Were these armored horsemen flying a banner of some sort, or no?
Or like a sigil. On
I
the
want
chest.
Harrington to roll me a perception to see what kind of details you were able to glean, Lander.
Imagine she's saying everything to you in a southern accent, because that's how I first voiced the parrot.
Oh, that's right. I'm not even sure
I
that's
think I gotta look up the parrotin. Parrot
Does it matter?
stats.
You just look at my profile.
Boy, you call me up here. Would you make me?
I'd get the whooping on you. Inventory.
No, it's still like a monster.
+5 perception.
Yeah. 12 total.
12 total. Through the eyes, the image that you were able to glean from the Parrington's point of view, you get the sense.
Oh, sorry. That it says it has advantage on perception checks that rely on sight or smell.
Ooh,
All of the above. Go for it.
reroll.
That sucks. Okay, 12.
Darn it.
No.
With this, you get their normal humanoid figures writing on there. They're half elf. You're not sure exactly what, but they seem to have that lean figure towards them. They with that roll, you don't necessarily see a banner, just yellow and black markings. Basically, is kind of the image that you kind of get. Those colors, yellow and black, halberds or whatever, basically mounted or draped over their horses, kind of maybe giving the indication of what it might be. But that's what you have. Lender would have to roll me a history to see if he kind of gets an idea with what that might be. For him, it would be with advantage.
Cool. Yeah, let's see if Lander knows what this might be. Man, bards are just broken. This is
Bards their skill rolls are just redonkulous.
and you said with advantage?
Yep, because of this situation.
19 total.
Yellow and black. He would be aware that there are some countrysides with that. Yellow and black. Sometimes dwarves have that kind of feeling, and his fellow neighbors, Lee Gallo, has that coloration.
Okay. Well, Lander will call out to the troop and say, perhaps we should move off the road and out of the way. We have a company coming around the bend.
Is there anywhere to hide?
I don't think we need to hide, but perhaps deference to armed soldiers would be the best way to avoid conflict.
But I have a hat of disguise. I've been waiting to use it.
It might be good just to get off the road and stay off their bad side for sure.
Brent, I would like to put on my hat of disguise.
Yeah. So are we traveling like just on horses, or did we rent like a carriage?
You're
or
in a
something?
carriage. I'm on a horse.
You're not even renting a carriage. You have a carriage as provided by Lander.
Okay.
Very nice.
What a rich snob.
Does he have a driver too?
Yeah. Y'all can just hide in the carriage like little women.
Say yeah, he does.
Yeah. Is Lander flying any colors or markings on his carriage?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah. So Lander will kind of lean out the window and tell whoever's driving. I presume Whisper's sitting up there in the carriage. You wouldn't sit inside. Just say, pull over and we'll wait for this contingency to pass.
Okay.
The contingent.
Nope.
I think that's a wise idea.
I'm fair.
Hey.
No.
As you guys pull over to the side of the road, you guys all gather together. Is it the entire party that's there?
I mean, yeah.
Or I think Aurora would probably be the only one that's riding her own horse. So
I'm riding my own horse and I put on my hat of disguise.
Aurora, what do you tell me? Do you roll for this? What are you disguised as?
It just says while wearing this hat, you use an action to cast the disguise self spell from it at will.
That's
The
awesome.
spell ends if the hat is removed.
So what does this guy's self spell do?
It's just an at will spell.
Well, I know, but it's got like stuff that it does too.
No, it doesn't.
It's I'll find it.
Disguise self is a spell. I don't wonder why it's not opening up.
I don't know, but this was given to me by Brent.
Yep. I remember giving it to you because you're freaking awesome. All right, disguise self. You make yourself, including your clothing, armor, weapons, and whatever, look different until the spell ends. You can seem shorter if you want to. The changes wrought by this spell fail to hold up to physical inspection, so they can like push through it. And to discern that you are disguised, a creature can use an active inspection to appearance, and you must succeed on an intelligence. What's your spell DC? Spell save DC.
So I guess rogues don't have one, do they?
Don't they?
I don't know.
Those
Troy's gonna look.
If not, it'll be 10 plus your proficiency modifier, I think.
Okay. So your proficiency is +5, so 15.
15?
We'll say that for now. Perfect. All right, 15. All right. You don on your disguised self hat. What do you become, Aurora?
A warrior elf woman.
Nice. Good choice.
All right. Okay. That's not love it. All right.
Pretty similar to me, like blonde hair, like long blonde hair. I look good on my white horse.
I can
White
imagine
pony.
nothing changed except for maybe a bosom.
Yeah. I got boobs. I grew boobs and my face changed just to hair. And maybe like
this little sexy stubble diminishes to a nice, elegant, fair face.
More
Long,
like androgynous.
beautiful,
Yeah.
blonde locks, nonetheless. Great buxom, and yes, you are now. You look like a girl, an elf girl, not just a half elf.
You look like a
full elf.
happy.
As you guys go through,
I'm a
the
fool.
6 horses come around the up and over, and they come across, and there's one leader that comes closer. Seeing this party, looks and glances at you. Stops for a second, mumbles something to his comrade next to him, and they go. He dismounts. I am sorry to bother you. Do you what is your purpose here?
Question: Are these men elvish?
Upon closer look, you see a couple that are half elf. You see an elf that's speaking to you, and the others are humans. It's it's various levels.
Well, friend, we are here just passing by on the way to Morehaven, that is all.
You guys were hiding. I thought I was the only one out here.
No, we just pulled over in the carriage.
Oh.
Hoping that they would just drive by
Oh,
us.
I thought I was alone. Dang it.
I mean, you can still say something.
I was gonna speak in another language that they didn't know.
Oh, my bad. I totally whiffed it for you, sorry.
That's why I asked if they were elves.
You come shouting out, and then all of a sudden,
option is draconic. So that's what I was gonna go with.
oh well.
Do you know what you were saying?
You still could yell at them.
You guys can go back on this if you wanted to. That's fine with me.
Oh, okay. I don't say
you
anything.
organize.
Oh. Wait, do I get to go?
Go.
He kind of goes up, and in fact, you step forward, Aurora, kind of taking the charge, whatever, and he comes in. You're the first person in line, and looking upon you. Do you carry a strange company? What? Is that a Parrington?
I start speaking in Draconic and like gesturing wildly to the road and the horses' feet, like their horses' feet, and then the sky and their feet, and then the sky and then the feet, and back and forth and back and forth. And then towards Morehaven.
Podbreaker, you just hear her talking about peanut butter and
and I just agree with her. I start being, I start speaking in Draconic as well. Speaking, saying, don't you know the road? And the road goes towards Mount Morehaven, and the sky will be our journey. The road and the sky, the road will be our journey.
I keep saying, but their hooves, they must hurt. It's hot out. Their hooves, they're glue. The hooves are glue. Just random stuff.
Lander speak.
Yeah, what does Lander speak?
As you're talking, you see a puzzled look come upon his eye.
Lander will join in. He doesn't understand what Aurora and Cloudbreaker are saying, but he'll start speaking in Celestial about the coming of a new age and.
Oh God, we're all prophets.
And now we must be on the horse hills. How time critical it is.
That's about right for one.
Celestial.
how the creation of glue will change the industrial age of Theron.
In a second, like,
This is going to be a great advancement. We're taking it to Morehaven first.
and even more puzzled because now the dialect is different and more eloquent in a way is coming off of you. You're looking at all of you guys in your party. Stops for a second, turns back to his fellow comrade and starts mumbling something. No, serious. You, looking at you, Aurora. Common, in common. Who and what are you?
I start looking very distressed and like yelling louder and doing the same pointing.
All right. I at this point, you've got to roll me a deception.
Okay.
You're giving an indication of what is definitely not it.
I would like to assist.
I mean, you guys are in a way. You're right. There has been enough help. It is with advantage because, there's been enough.
The girl she's in a group in the forest. Is there what?
Our group in the forest. No reason to
To shout, sir, I could hear just fine. Well, then ask her. Ask her what?
29?
I mean, oh my goodness.
Yep. Her deception would be amazing.
In a second, in frustration, he looks up at you, like wondering, "Are you serious? You don't understand?" And then, as you go off, he kind of takes a step back, looking at everything. Looks at it. He's like,
Brent, if I may, I would like to have Armaz go and try to eavesdrop. I'm just gonna kind of go put my hand over my mouth and say, "Hey, Armaz, why don't you go over there and see if you can't see what they're saying?" And then
"Okay, Armaz, roll me a straight."
Usually it's
straight-
wisdom you have me do for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if Armaz has a wisdom check at all.
You can have me roll my wisdom.
We'll go off of your wisdom.
Okay.
So let's do a perception, wisdom, based upon your numbers.
Okay, wisdom. Perception check then?
Yep.
Okay. Dope. Dope.
You guys.
Sonic must be the last.
Natural 20, baby.
Natural 20. He walks back in a second, and Armaz hears briefly, he's like, sorry, give me a second.
Oh yeah, Brent. Consult the notes.
He
Give me
also,
that good old lore.
you hear the words, Bahrain. He mentioned this group. Yeah. There was a cloud. There was a purple dragonborn, and this weird, strange steed. Is it Perrington? Is that what he's? And you hear this connection about this person, Bahrain.
Bahrain.
How Bahrain. And he's like, He mentioned. Okay, this doesn't add up, but it doesn't make sense. We'll keep notes. We'll come back to. We'll make mention of this. Right. He looks back at the group and is like, okay, be on your which direction? Where are you going? Which way? Are you?
I mean, I did point to like Morehaven in the original, like
Yeah.
Sky Hooves Morehaven. Yeah.
Gotcha. And he just throws up his hands there, gets back on the horse, and they actually turn back around and start heading back towards Platin Oak area, at least the road leading towards Platin Oak.
Okay, that's fine.
And you guys are now left to the road by yourselves.
I'll
Okay,
ask.
well,
Hey, Armaz, what did you pick up? I would. What did you hear?
Hey, have you ever heard the name Bahrain? Bahrain.
Bahrain.
He says that Bahrain was mentioned about our group. I think they recognized our group.
Oh.
You specifically. You kind of stand out, good sir.
I do. I need to possibly change that. I mean, this necklace that Finladine gave me can only help so much with the scrying, but I'm afraid it won't help me with my outward appearance.
I
Maybe.
think like a big group, we just stand out. I mean, there's not many Minotaurs, Dragonborns, all combined in one mosh posh of a group out here.
You're very true.
I'm just saying, they may have picked up on that, but I mean, I understand people's body languages perfectly. I think they had no idea what. I think we got them fooled.
Oh, okay. Perfect, Armaz. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Well, I will relay the rest. I'll relay that to the rest of the group. Say to continue on with caution. We may have someone watching our tail. Whisper, you, above all, are really good at making sure that we are alone and no eavesdroppers are around. So just so you know, we may need to keep an eye out for any unwanted eyes.
I have eyes in the back of my head, Cloudbreaker.
Creepy.
You guys continue to make the rest of the way. The rolling hills towards Morehaven, towards the east. The rolling hills begin to flatten out as things go along. The vegetation becomes more and more sparse. Occasionally, the land before you becomes more and more barren in a way. And off in the distance, in the barren land, you can see slight cracks off in the distance as it dives into the horizon, or back to the north of you, as what you would perceive to be the shattered plains. In fact, I need everyone to roll a perception check. Right fast, before we end into the night.
Oh boy. Alright. Perception all around. Alright, first Cloudbreaker. What do you got? Alright.
Mid. 22.
Cloudbreaker's got a 14.
Okay.
Braylon got a 22. And Mighty Minotaur got perception. Oh, 16.
Aurora,
22.
Whisper,
Lander 15. Whisper. What is it? 22.
Ooh, good rolls.
as you've been making this journey, making pretty good pace. Everything seems to be working out well. The air seems oddly quiet. For even in the lands before, you would see a badger every now and then, but now life is it's birds. Shouldn't there be birds in the sky? We were seeing hawks circle before, and it's just oddly quiet. In fact, one time you guys actually see off in the distance a herd of elk running towards the east, off into the distance. All of you guys see this.
Are they running? You said to the east, so are they running to Morehaven or away from Morehaven?
Towards Morehaven. In that region. Seems to be going off in that direction, and a very big herd in a way. The air does not feel quite right as you begin to make this. The journey becomes the dirt road, the path and road that you're on turns up in the dust behind you as even the air seems dry, wanting. Braylum, Whisper, and Aurora, with those rolls. Oh, thank heavens. Oh, there are birds in the sky. Okay, we're good. What? They don't. That doesn't fly. That doesn't look normal. That birds don't fly like that. That seems unnatural. And with the elf eyes you see, very unnatural. Like that's too big, leathery, something off in the distance, circling way off in the distance. Hopefully unnoticed of your presence. And you swear every now and then. You swear there's an occasional rumble, tremble that feels upon the ground. You don't know if it's your imagination playing tricks on you. Is this the image of a Tarrasque off into the unknown distance? Your eyes cannot see anything, but you swear you feel something. And who knows if it's your mind as you hear roaring off in the distance, echoing. You don't know. Needless to say, you make your way through Morehaven, or towards Morehaven, finally, when the night or the sun begins to dip across the horizon, nighttime looming. And that is where we'll end tonight to decide what you guys wish to do on the rest of this journey.
Oh boy. Yeah, probably important that we have Brian around for this one.
Indeed.
Hopefully he'll be a little more available next time, which I'm sure he will be.
Oh my god.
No, I do like Mondays, by the way. I think it works for me anyways.
I think Mondays will work for us too.
Okay. So
We'll be a little bit more. Today was a little bit of a weirder day where Alec didn't go down as quickly as we usually put him down. So we'll have more available time, I think, for next time.
All is good. We're making it. Yeah, I'm just glad we got this far and we got to enjoy. It was good. Thanks for enjoying a little bit of Fibblesib with us. And on our way to Morehaven. All I know, you guys made me had to prepare for both directions if you decided to go towards the Planok or wherever you guys were. I'm like,
Well, Brent, thank you for your effort, and you're amazing.
You know, you guys are awesome. Thank you very much. Get some rest. Love you all. Enjoy a good week.
Yes, and I will be putting this on YouTube, so you guys can check her out, and we'll make ourselves famous. Make sure to check out all the other videos and stuff. Hit that like button, subscribe, comment, all that stuff, right? The YouTube spiel, how they usually say it. Anyway.
I'm just gonna just keep rewatching it just so your views go up, Spencer.
You know what, Krista? I would very much appreciate that. That's a friend. That's a friend thing to do.
I love it. You guys are awesome. Thanks for hanging. We'll see you guys.
In the background.
Bye, guys.
Sleep tight.
Yeah.